Good afternoon, friends. My name is Praneeth. I'm here with my colleague Anil and Rahul, and along with Mr. Dan Haynes. He's the operations manager for Barclays Suites, and we have come here together to understand or discuss on the topic called shortage of skilled laborers. So I would request Dan to speak and put forward his points on how does he overcome the situations, or what are his points on this.
Thank you. Yeah. So the shortage of skilled labour and things. I mean, at the end of the day, is I feel sometimes people don't really kind of respect or feel that the hospitality industry, especially like entry level positions, are actually skilled labour and things. Which again, if you ask me, is different because it actually takes quite a lot to actually like train someone up to do positions, entry level positions, or even the next levels up and things like that as well. So yeah, it is very much skilled labour. So when you have a shortage of that skilled labour and things, then that affects the quality that you can actually that you can give, and actually puts quite a lot of strain on people that actually have the experience, then to constantly have to pass on the knowledge to new people and things like that, because of the quite high turnover and things like that as well, which is maybe a separate issue and things like that. But the actual having a shortage of that skilled labour and things is very difficult. So it's difficult to find quality and things like that. So when you talk about if in a hotel industry anyway, which is primarily my experience, is you've got the different departments and things like that, and it doesn't matter what department it is. It takes time to bring someone up to speed, up to a training level that's acceptable for the standards that you want to give, be it reception, be it a restaurant, be it housekeeping as well. It all has a standards and things like that, and so a lot of perception is that it's that the entry level rooms in a hotel are the easier ones, where it's that's very much not the case.
So Darren, did you find any difficulties to get skilled labourers in your own property? And if yes, then how have you overcome the situation or dealt with the situation?
Well, in Auckland it is a little bit different and things. So in Auckland we have a bigger pool to go from. So from my experience in other parts of the country, though, that has a very much smaller pool, is you need to try and be able to attract them in another way. Be it the brand that maybe attracts them and things, so you can use your brand to attract the people to hire and things. But Auckland, you have a bigger pool to get from, so hiring someone becomes easier. So the difficulties is really kind of just having to sift through it and things like that. So it's quite time consuming and things. But yeah, again, and then getting the level of skills that you're looking for and things.
True. Auckland. So in Auckland there is another trend as well. So there are a lot of students that can come in from overseas, and they work in different sectors like IT, engineering, but for the initial stage they all try to come into hotels or get into the restaurants with not the specialty background. Do you think training such kind of people is difficult, and when you don't find especially students from the hotel background, how do you deal with this?
I mean, it's an individual thing though. So hiring anybody at any point for any of those entry level ones, it really becomes attitude and things, because I think a lot of people, most of the people, you're gonna, if you get someone that's experienced, obviously, that has that experience, they become like kind of the top of the queue. But again, if you have everyone is all the same and things like that, or roughly the same, when you're going through the interviews and things, what you're looking for is attitude. Whether they've just spent their whole life in IT so far, but they want to work in the restaurant now, it's all about their attitude, the attitude that they have, and how we can, how if they've got the right attitude to learn. And so it very much becomes that, and that's the interview process. That's where you get that, because if they don't have the skills, doesn't necessarily mean they can't learn. Because again, the people that have actually been in the industry quite a while, you kind of perfect or streamline your on the job training and getting someone up to speed as quickly as possible. So if they have the right attitude and they're receptive, and that's probably what important that you look for when you're trying to actually find someone for a position and things,
So Darren, not taking much of your time, one last question from my end. Would you think globalization will affect hotel industry, or?
Yeah, I mean the upcoming visa changes and things like that as well. Like not looked too much into it and things. Because again, myself, I'm a permanent resident and things, so
Okay.
I've gone through a lot of that as well. But I mean, yeah, the country doesn't have enough, from what I understand, doesn't have enough people to sustain it anyway. Sort of thing, just normal nationals and things. But yeah, I mean, it's going to make it a lot harder. The new rules are going to make it a lot harder. And it's going to maybe actually increase the amount of unskilled people then going to come into the country, because obviously the people that are maybe skilled are not going to be able to stay and such and so forth. So yeah, I mean but at the same time as well, a lot of the time you do actually getting people in from abroad that maybe has experience, so they would be actually skilled labour in that industry and things. That's actually quite a good thing. Having international travellers as well is, and the kind of languages and things. So having, for ourselves, we've got people that speak multiple languages and things, and it's a great thing. So without the globalisation and things, you wouldn't obviously get, or potentially wouldn't get those employees.
Thank you very much for your time. That
Cool.
was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Very much.
Hi Darren, I hope you answered most of the questions which Praneeth asked. And I will ask, I'll ask a couple of questions. What do you think is the reason behind of you having, of a hotel or maybe a hotel like Barclay Suites having shortage of skilled labour?
Well, I mean, we're quite lucky, I believe, at the moment and things. We've had most of the team on the front desk has been here for quite a while. There's been a little bit of a refresh and things like that. Yeah, we've got quite good team on the front desk and things. Housekeeping does have a little bit of high turnover, but I don't think it's anything to do with particularly visas and things like that. It's just I think that's the way housekeeping kind of is sometimes. But yeah, I mean it's but I do know from past experience, in going through it, and that having a shortage of skilled labour, it becomes difficult to actually run department. We've got guests that have expectations of the level of service that they want, and they come to this property and other properties as well with that expectation, and we need to fulfil that expectation, and that comes through experience really. Having someone there or having 10 people there, it has to be quality over quantity. You can have 10 people trying to solve a problem, but if none of those 10 people have the answer, then it's just that one person that has the answer. That's what you need. So it's really just about quality, really. So that's the skilled labour, I suppose, isn't it? So, but we're quite lucky here at Barclay Suites. I feel we've got quite a good team, and they stick with us, and we stick with them, and yeah.
Right, good. Thank you, Darren. Thank you for
No
your time.
problem.
Nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Friends, now we have understood what Darren spoke about the shortage of skilled labours, and now let us walk across to Lauren, who is an HR officer in Crowne Plaza, and let us understand what she has to put forward to us in terms of shortage of skilled labours. Good morning to one and all. I'm here with my colleagues Rahul and Anil, and with Miss Lauren, who is the Human Resource Officer of Crowne Plaza, and we're here to discuss a topic called shortage of skilled labours. So let's take Lauren's point of view on this subject, so that she can help us more and can understand how to solve it.
As a human resource officer, she can give us a better idea about the shortage of skilled labour.
So shortage of skilled labour is basically when we don't have enough workers available to do the work that we have available in the industry. The industry is growing every year, and the fact is we do not have enough workers to keep up with those skilled occupations. no industry is shrinking and New Zealand is booming. And I guess the question is what makes the hospitality industry stand out from the population?
What do you think, like shortage, where the shortage is, in which part of the area?
So the shortage is within every department of the hotel. There is no specific area. It is the fact that we need to make sure that the hotel hospitality industry stands out from other industries around as well. There's no particular industry that has a shortage. We just need to encourage people to have those skilled occupations to come into.
As a human resource officer, when you look into the shortage, do you have any strategies or do you plan out something to overcome this, and how successful are you when doing this?
So we have lots of ideas that we'd like to come to make sure that we have enough workers available. One is that not just myself here, but in the industry or any other hotel, is that to reach beyond university students and to go into Form 6 and 7 of high school, and being able to talk to them and telling them what is available in the hospitality industry, what it can offer them, and the benefits of coming to work in the hotel hospitality industry. It's not seen as a career option in some families, and that's quite hard. So it's trying to work around that and actually make it so it's not something that we have people fall into, but something that is a chosen option.
Don't you think this is like taking a lot of time, effort, as well as money which is invested in this to build the ability or the skills which are required for the hotel industry?
That's my job, and that's what I do. Is I like to be able to skill people up, and I think what matters most is that when we get people that come into the hospitality, is that we're able to open their eye and actually make sure that they can see that this industry is a good career option for them. People come into the hotel and we see that they have a lot of potential, and we then place them in a certain pipeline and help them design their career. It is time consuming, it does cost money, but it is what we do, and in the hotel industry we like to focus a lot on people, and that is one way of being able to limit the skills shortage and be able to increase those skills, and to be able to get those skilled occupations with our team.
And do you think globalization totally has affected the tourism and the hospitality sector of this?
Massively, it very much has. I think for New Zealanders, they're finding it a lot easier to go overseas and to be able to work overseas. Now the whole world is their oyster, and they're able to do that. They can gain overseas experience, and I think for New Zealanders it's a lot easier for them to do this. We do have a lot of immigrants coming into New Zealand and trying to find jobs, and it becomes a big issue for us because immigration making it a lot harder for immigrants to come and gain visas and work in New Zealand. And for immigrants, their first choice is to go into the hospitality industry. That is what I've noticed, and it's only going to get harder for them, and that is why it's making our shortage of skilled labour where it is. New Zealanders want to go overseas, and immigrants that come here are finding it very difficult to be able to work here.
Hello, I hope you answered all the questions which Praneeth and I asked. I would like to ask a couple of questions more. Why do you think there is a shortage of skilled labor in a hotel like outside?
So, as I touched on a little bit before, immigration is cracking down a lot harder on immigrants that are coming to work here. And for us, immigrants are a huge part of the hotel hospitality industry. Coming in, it's about diversity, and we like to have that culture and diversity within the hotels. And the immigration sector is only going to get harder, which will make it difficult for us for the shortage as well. Also, the fact that families families don't necessarily see the hotel industry as a chosen career option. Something that we try to get people to do as a choice and not just fall into as a career. That definitely be one of the other causes that we try to do that. It is a two-way street when you come into the hotel. We like to see it as a career option for our team, and we like to make sure that they put in the effort as much as we do. And definitely one of the struggles that we see is that people come in and they'd love to be in a management role like everybody does, but you do have to start somewhere, and they need to realise that they need to put in the work and do those hours and do the shift work before they can move up. I've done that myself, and that's definitely one of the other causes of where we struggle with the skill shortage, is trying to get people to put in that effort, a two-way street, to make sure it's a chosen career for them. And it is a benefit if you're going to work front of house or back of house and then move into your management position. You have a whole understanding of the operations sector of it, and it will really benefit you. But I think it's trying to make a lot of people aware of that, so students aware of that as they come into the hotel, and really try to make them see their career potential that they have, but definitely see those as some of the...
Thanks for your time, Lauren.
Thank you, I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi Praneeth.
Hello, Rob.
I'm pretty sure the experience back in India working in a hotel for such a long time. What do you think is the impact of shortage of skilled labor on the industry?
For me, Rahul, shortage of skilled labor means directly affecting the customer relationship with the hotel. If you don't have any proper labor or skilled labor in your terms, your product is not good enough, or you're not presenting your product in the right way because of this shortage. Yes, there are ways to overcome the shortage. You can hire other people who are not from the same background, but I personally feel that they will lack in passion, a way a hotel management graduate will not. Moreover, while hiring these people, you invest a lot of time, you invest a lot of money, and with no guarantee that they are going to stay back in your organization and deliver the service the way you expect them to deliver. So yes, there is a shortage of skilled laborers here in Auckland, and now let's see what we can do about it. It's in main terms, you need to preserve your old team members in order to overcome the shortage, and yes, you have to look for a better option over a period of time and preserve them as well. And this is the only way that you can keep your brand and your hotel name in top list of the city, and this will serve your purpose.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So good evening, friends. So here you see how we have done a short research on shortage of skilled laborers. We had approached two of the big hotels and the experts in the hotel. We approached Darren and Lauren. Darren working for Barclays Suites and Lauren working for Crown Plaza. Both confronted saying that there is a shortage of skilled laborers in New Zealand, and they are presently facing a crunch in each and every department managing that, and they are trying to come up with programs and a lot of training staff to overcome this situation. So Rahul, do you have to confront anything to make us understand how can we overcome this situation?
As per the industry experts, we know that the situation cannot be totally overcome, but there are certain ways by which it can be managed. That is, we can by preserving the old, and we can encourage the new and the current by training them and also giving them certain incentives. From this, we can certainly retain such skilled labor or skilled staff, which will be good for the hotel's reputation in the industry.
So with this, we conclude our research on shortage of skilled labor in hotel industry. I hope this video serves the purpose, and have a good day. Cheers.